Yo, what's up guys, Dan here. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the cameras I take out on a tour with me currently and what each of those cameras are used for. I'm not going to go crazy in depth, but yeah, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what I take out on the road with me. So the first camera that I take out with me is my Sony A74. This camera has been an absolute dream to work with. As a hybrid shooter, it's really important that you have a camera that can shoot good video and take great photos. Usually a lot of cameras are geared more towards video or more towards photo, while this one is geared towards both. It has a 33 megapixel full frame sensor, which helps quite a lot in the edit. It shoots 4K up to 60 frames a second. I think it's 120 frames a second at 1080p, and yeah, it's just a fantastic camera. It is pricey. I think it's about £2,400, £2,500, but as I use this as a tool pretty much every single day in my working life, it was definitely worth the money. So yeah, I basically use this as my #1 camera. This is the camera that always stays with me. I use this for, as I said, both photo and for video, and is my #1 workhorse, which is always by my side. The second camera that I have is the Sony A6500. Now this used to be my workhorse before I moved to the Sony A74. It's a very old camera now, however it's still really powerful and really good. And if you're on a budget and still wanting to get into the Sony ecosystem, I would definitely advise in looking at one of these secondhand. It shoots in 4K, 120 frames a second, I believe, in 1080p, and the photos are also great out of this camera. It is a cropped sensor camera, but when paired up with something like the Sigma 18-24, which I'm currently shooting on right now on my Blackmagic, it is a wicked camera. Nowadays, I mainly use this camera as either a B cam, or I will use this as a front of house cam for when I'm out on tour. So I will go out to the sound desk, set up a tripod, pop this on top of it, set it recording, and then I've got a really good front of house cam. Next up, we're getting into the smaller cameras, and it is the GoPro Hero 11. This camera is insane for its size. I used to only use the GoPro Hero 6, which I'll get onto in a moment, and jumping from the Hero 6 to the Hero 11, I noticed such a massive difference in the quality of the image. It does a lot of things like time-lapsing, photos, etc, but one of my favorite things about this camera is the fact that it has a square sensor. This means that I don't lose resolution at all of if I want to crop to 9:16 or 16:9. So whether I'm using it for a more longer length video for YouTube like this, or if I'm wanting to use it for social media like Reels on Instagram or TikTok. Another really good thing about this camera as well is the fact that you can set a time for it to start recording, which comes in handy for me because I like to use this camera as a drum cam. I don't usually like running on stage just before the guys walk out, just because it looks a little bit messy, and you can use your phone to trigger this or a Bluetooth remote. However, at a show with lots of people there's a lot of interference going on, a lot of signals going about, so it's not quite reliable being able to set up using your phone or a Bluetooth remote. So now I know what time the guys are going to be going on stage, so I plumb that time into this camera and it will automatically start recording for me at that time, which means it's one less thing for me to worry about as well. But if we're going out and about in a city or like going to the beach or something like that, then this camera will just slip right into my backpack and I've got an extra cool camera right there. Next up is the GoPro Hero 6. Now, if you guys have watched any of my YouTube videos before, you will know that this is the camera that started everything for me. I created my whole business using this camera. For its time, and even now, it's still a really good camera, and having some smaller cameras comes in handy quite a lot, especially when you're working on stage. Now, I used to use this as my drum cam, which has now been replaced by the GoPro Hero 11, and now it stays in my case as a bit of a backup, or if I'm wanting to do like a multicam shoot for a song or for a set, then this will come out and I will attach this to wherever I feel it needs to be put within a venue. It's got a lot of history behind this camera for me. Next up is the Insta360 One X. Now this was the first one of the range that they brought out. I bought it when it first came out, and this one has gone through the wars. This lens is absolutely destroyed now, so I can't really use it that much. That's why I've got this tape on this side, so I know instantly which side is the better side. I now kind of use this in the same way that I use the Hero 6. I use it as like an extra angle basically. And because it is a 360 camera, it kind of doesn't matter whereabouts I place it because I can reframe to get whatever I want. Nowadays, I use this a lot to attach using a super clamp and a magic arm on front of the drum riser or on top of the kick drum. It means that I get a kind of cool on-stage look and I can reframe to move the whole image around wherever I like it. And the next camera is the Insta360 X3. Again, the upgrade from the One X to the X3 was massive. The quality from this camera is fantastic. It's got a lot of cool effects, and more importantly, the lens isn't damaged. It's got this huge touch screen here where you can see the image, which the One X doesn't. I used to use drones quite a lot on tour, but since they started bringing out all of the requirements of licenses and all the red tape that you had to get through, it just wasn't worth it for me. So I replaced the drones with 360 cameras and a 3-meter pole. This means you can get that kind of drone-like shot and you can get really creative with it. So yeah, this one stays on a 3-meter pole at all times during a set, and I will place it in an easy to get to place on the stage so I can run, grab it for whatever part of whatever song that I want to use it on. Really cool, really creative camera. A bit of a curveball camera is the Canon SureShot Max. This is just a point and shoot 35mm film camera. I don't use it all that much because I kind of forget that I've got it in my case sometimes, but I love film and I love this camera. I actually got this for £1 at a charity shop and it works perfectly. Always go charity shop hunting. You never know what you might find. Finally, the last camera that I use on tour is my iPhone. I use this a lot for like social media posts and stuff like that, purely because people are kind of used to seeing iPhone footage nowadays. Raw clips, raw iPhone look seems to be the thing that is getting the most attention nowadays on social media, especially with the advent of TikTok. The quality that you get out of these things nowadays is crazy. There's also a lot of apps that you can use to unlock the full potential of the camera if you would like to. If something's happening and I don't quite have my camera with me or my camera ready, I just quickly pull this out and get the footage rather than losing it. And again, for social media, unfortunately, raw iPhone clips are king right now. That is all the cameras that I currently take out on tour with me. I'll probably do a short video for you guys talking about the lenses that I take out with me and any accessories, a little bit of like what's in my case kind of thing. That's everything. Peace.